Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my another session of JBoss tutorial. In this session, I'm going to talk about how to build Switchyard application from scratch. Before that, I'm going to show you a few things about installation. If you want to create a Switchyard project like what I have done, you have to add a few plugins to JBoss Developer Studios. Currently, I'm using JBoss Developer Studio 8.1. So I have given the descriptions in my blog. You can search Gary Liu or GGL Consulting blog. You can see how this I give the link here. You can search the Gary Liu's technical knowledge base. You should be able to find my blog. So I have detailed the procedures how to install the runtime of JBoss Fuse Service Works and how to install Studio. So one important thing is you need to make sure you have install all the plugins for the development studio, and you can go JBoss Center, go here help, right? Go here, so and go here the software update. As you can see, I have already installed the integration stack, so here it won't show any of them. Another thing is when you install, you should be able to, very important thing when you do new here, you should see this, right? Switchyard project. That means you have installed the Switchyard plugin properly. And of course, there's a bunch of other Fuse project, common testing, etc. here. So if you see this, you have installed the integration stack, JBoss Fuse integration stack properly. If not, you need to probably go back here again and check. Sometimes this could be tedious procedure, but you should be fine. Given that, I assume you have done that. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a bin, a service bin, and then how to export the service using Switchyard like this, right? This is pretty simple. I want to show you how to build a service from scratch using Switchyard GUI. In this way, you can, if you later on, you can develop more complicated procedures. This will help you to understand the system, how to run, how to deploy, etc. So even it's a very basic tutorial, you will learn how to test, how to check the procedures. Before that, I already created this project. Don't worry, I will delete it and I will create from scratch. So the purpose is, create a simple HelloWorld service, and using the SCA banding, service component architecture banding, and so I can write a simple test here, right? I can test my application using simple Java application like this, right? So don't worry, I'm going to go through all these procedures, so everything should be fine. Now let me stop the server, and I'm going to delete this project, close all them, delete. I'm going to delete and also you see I'm going to delete the source, so everything, so we can do it from scratch. And I leave this, I create this earlier so I can just as a reference. So first thing we'll do here, new and project, Switchyard project, right? And here's a Switchyard HelloWorld demo. All right, and as you can see, I already installed my runtime at here. I need to show you that. So this is my runtime, right? So I install my runtime at here, and this is very straightforward. In my blog, I have detailed everything, so no worry for this. But it's important to have that runtime so we can test and deploy our applications, right? Okay, so create Switchyard project and then click next. Because I know I'm using this, so you have to select what you have. And I have this is configured. Add the, you can add this, right? So add, it will show you that. You say next. You can see this. You can select this. So it should be straightforward. I'm not going to, but I already added. So click OK, and then you can select here, right? Once you, if you select version, this also, you cannot change the library here. So maybe here I want to change, I don't want to use this. For example, I use GGL. This is my company name, and so this is the namespace, right? So you can give this namespace other name, but basically you should know what you have done. I'll show you why it's important here, because when you do testing, you will need this information, especially this piece of information, right? In order to invoke the service. All right, so done. It should be very quick. All right, so you see this canvas, and this is a Maven project. You see here Palm, and all. If you know Maven well, you should be seeing this. So what happened? This is the one by default. It creates a switchyard.xml file, right? So okay, so basically the simple project, all the template is created. So now we're going to create the I think this is the simplest application, right? So we'll create a bin here. So you drag a bin over here. So you ask your bin name, right? We'll say hello world bin, right? And the bin, we need the interface. Okay, so I'm going to, in order, so you can see this. The service will be, let's see, hello world service. All right. Nothing else. You don't need to add extended services. You don't need generic command. You can, but I'm not to show that here. So the source folder package, I think everything's good. just Switchyard. All right. So finish. And here now the service is here now. They bind together. So click finish here. All right. If you look at that, you see here we created two Java classes. one is the service. This is a class. This is a bin definition, right? So I can save it, and if you double click here, the bin, it will take you to the bin definition, right? So I haven't done anything, and you can add a service. So there, for example, if you want to add a service, you can go here, right? Simple. Say we just want to see hello string and see hello, okay? And we put a name here. So this is an interface definition, and then of course you will see, because you implement this service, you will have problem, and we can. So all right, so by the way, there are some if you are experienced developer, you should see the here you can buy pointing here, or you can buy shortcut. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to implement here, say hello class name, and maybe just add another fancy. Alright, so this is a basic you know, the simple Java interface, Java class, that's it. So if you double click, it will go here, and you can go back here, right? So we need promote a kind of service. So if you put your mouse here, it will say you can create another reference, you can go detail here, you can delete it. There is one thing you can click, you can put your mouse over here, and there are a bunch of information here. Here is enable breakpoint. This is for the debugging purposes. This is generate whistle if you're using SOAP. This is wire another interface. I'm going to show you probably in the next few tutorials how to use each of them. This is edit interface, right? So remember, I just go Java. If you do here, it will bring an interface, right? You can edit this way too. Well, I thought it will bring me here. Anyway, so it should bring me to edit. See, edit in. Oh, so apparently this. Okay, this only edit the interface name. Anyway, so once you get here, you can. This is important. So promote service, right? So we should promote service. You don't have to do anything. It automatically take the HelloWorld service and then say finish. See that? It creates here. So this build the basic stuff already. So now there's few things you can do. You can go edit interface. But I want to show you here. This is the binding. You need to create binding in order for external client to invoke, or internal client to invoke the service, right? So let's say binding. If you look at binding, if you look at this side, there's a bunch of binding. It actually show here, right? They're CAML, FTP file, HTTP, JMS. Pretty much, there's a bunch of them. Apparently, there is not. It doesn't include everything like Salesforce, all the IBM stuff. Even I don't see, probably in JMS we will investigate this, say ArcticQ, etc. But overall, this is still very simple in my opinion, compared with MuleSoft component. But anyway, we're going to do as a service component architecture. So here I will say hello service, SCA binding, right? Clustering, I don't have clustering. If you're in the enterprise application, you might enable this option. So finish. So we need to save it in order to take effect. So now you see SCA is sitting here. Basically now we are done. We create service, we export service. We should be able to run it. But if one more thing, I want to show you one thing. This is I believe this is a bug. See that? The binding we give name, it didn't take effect. So you can save it. So Red Hat or Switchyard, JBoss, whatever the name, they do not let you edit this file directly. You can see that. I try to type something, it won't allow it. So there is a way to do it. If I say I don't like this, right? But there you cannot control it. And if you go design here, it won't happen, right? So there is a way which is hacking. So what you can do, you can open this with Fuse Tooling Route Editor or other editor as well. So you can edit here. Now you can edit, right? Say hello service SCA binding. Probably I should do this way. Now if I do save, you see it's saved, right? So go design. Interesting. So that's the problem. They don't let you to do it anyway. So I close it. Now you open with this Switchyard Virtual Multiple Page Editor, right? Use this one. You can also use text command to modify it, right? But you cannot use, when you use this here, okay, it take effect, right? But you cannot edit direct from here. This is only for view. And Red Hat does not recommend you to do this. This is kind of hacking. But I think later on when you become very experienced Switchyard application developer, you don't need to really go through all this procedure. You can, for example, copy paste. As long as you know how to create this, like what I'm showing, right? So this is the purpose for you to understand the details, how this graphics come about. And basically, we are done with this. Let me save it and go to server. Here we can deploy the service, right? So HelloWorld demo add. All right, so finish. If you are experienced developer, you see this. This is for debugging, right? Start server in debugging mode, and you can also start this in the normal mode, right? So I will start this in normal mode. It's pretty fast. I'm using the MacBook Pro 2013, which 16 GB, so it's fairly fast. Yeah, almost done. So at this point, we can look the GUI now. So go to the browser, and here you can remember it's localhost 8080, right? So go here, administration console, and you got here. I already have a password, so if you look here, Switchyard, there are two places, right? One is here, one's here. But you can go here. I believe they're same. Yeah. So this is a little bit different information, but here is you should take a look, right? So the application name is this. The target namespace this. So I wonder why they should fill here as well. Let me refresh here. Huh, interesting. So I see service here. You have application data. They should fill here, but I want to know why. But anyway, so it is deployed, and we can go back to here. Huh. Well, now let's go back. So probably because that we didn't see that. I think now should show it. Huh. Switchyard application. If it's everything correct, this should show here. But anyway, I don't think this is a serious problem. And but anyway, there's another thing you can see here. There's the deployment directory. If you look here, our demo is deployed here, right? See deployed. Okay. So we created service and we deploy. Now we need to do a simple test. Let's do a simple test. In order to do tests, we need to create a class. I already created a class here. So I'm now going to type everything. So demo here, copy. So we paste here. Alright. So you see this here. And I'm going to make this and make this better. And so at this moment we can run it. It will fail. This I did it on purpose, so I can explain something to you, because as a developer, if you know my previous tutorial, I always give you some challenge. If first time it'll fail, we learn from mistake, and so it failed, right? But when it failed, do not panic. Look what the error. So what is happening? He said, okay, so couldn't find a service domain for the service, for this service, right? So where for service name and namespace, right? So you should look at those words, and then I'll show you why it's failed. By the way, so you can look at those. I think I put all this into my blog, but basically the invoke URL is here is by default Switchyard remote. You don't have to change anything here. Here there is some. Let's go here. Here there's some error here. This is not right, because this is very important. Without this, you won't be able to invoke the service, right? So there are several places you can look this. So let's look here. Actually, the correct URL is namespace here. You should copy paste from here. The reason I give you some challenge, because I want you to learn something, right? When you have a problem, almost all my tutorial, I have some error scenario. So in this way you can learn it. Oh, sorry. So let's see. Copy this, and Control C. And then go to Control V. Alright, so save it. let's see if this time if I run it, it shows success. So, but by the way, this testing, I'm not going to explain too much. Basically, this is a greeting. You can see that we, if there's a problem, we say problem. If no problem, we say reply get content. Remember, we invoke here, how we invoked it. The operation is say hello. Remember that the interface name, right? We set content is a string. It requires a string. If we require object, we just create object here and set content, right? So the service is this, right? So this is the HelloWorld service, right? Okay. Anyway, because the timing, I'm not going to explain too much detail, but this way is show you how to invoke. You can study this in my blog, and let's invoke again. So we can see run as application, right? You can use shortcut as well. I want to show you. Let's see. Hey, this time it works, right? Say hello, my dear Earth. That's pretty much for this tutorial. So basically, I show you from scratch how to develop a simple application. Once you master this, you can create a lot of complicated scenario. Based on create a, for example, you can invoke rules. Remember the binding here, so you can binding for different binding. In my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to bind the REST services. We can create a RESTful web services, and then do a binding on it. If I have time, I probably will do some SOAP as well. And hope you learn it. But if you have problem, please send me an email, and we can look into it. If you like my video, please comment on my video, and look also my blog as well. And thank you very much to attend this webinar video session. Hope you like it. Looking forward to see you in next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.